Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Edwards is the 2, McDaniel's the 3. Nas Reed out there with Washington, and it's Dillingham in at the point. And for the Magic, on the wing, it'll be Bain and Wagner. Then there's Jalen Suggs. Then it's Green. And Grant, this should be a high-flying affair tonight. Both of these teams love to showcase their athleticism.
And these are the games I love working, B.A. I want to see some dunk contest-style slams here tonight. And, of course, these fans can't wait either to see these teams get after it in this one.
Now here's Washington. And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time. Now here's Suggs. Tight defense on it. Pass to Wagner. Back to Suggs. Back to Wagner. McDaniel's with a steal. Now Edwards, guarded by Bain, and he comes up with a bucket.
Well, Anthony Edwards with that frame on the interior, such a tough check.
Inside. Drops in the layup for 2.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
But I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
A slam dunk by Reed.
Yeah, Reed setting the screen, then has the smarts to find the soft spot in the defense.
A moment to hear from Ali LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with the Magic head coach. Immediately, Anthony Edwards came up in our conversation, and Coach kind of chuckled and said, well, I don't know if anyone on the planet can slow this kid down. He's on his way to becoming one of the best in the league, if he's not there already. Looks like they're going to roll the dice on one of the league's most talented players. Back to you, Brian.
Thank you for that, Ali. Now here's Bain. His last out again, 18 points. Suggs, right side. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Love the pass from Suggs. Boy, his court awareness is really impressive.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. In terms of two-way guards, Desmond Bain is as good as any. What do you see in his game?
Well, just look at him, B.A. Bain is so strong. That really helps him there on the defensive end. And offensively, a lights-out three-point shooter.
They now take the lead.
What we know about Franz Wagner is this guy attempts a fair amount of threes for a reason. He's pretty effective, guys.
Reed sets a screen. Washington passes to Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Boy, he may not be the biggest center in this league, but big time. Athleticism on display.
On the wing, Bain. Outside, Green. Back to Bain. Softly drops in the floater.
They've really come out swinging, hitting 4 of their first 5 shots.
Washington outside to the inside. A slam dunk by Reed.
Oh, nice finish from Naz Reid. That's the kind of play that can give your team a spark.
And Suggs has got the ball here for Orlando. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Wagner outside. Just 5 to shoot. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Wagner likes to work his way to the painted area as much as possible. Look how comfortable he is finishing around the rim.
Now here's Edwards, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game.
Well, that's surprising. This guy is a good mid-range shooter, just can't get it to go.
And it's hammered home by Green.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Now here's Edwards. Back to Reed. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Reed sets a screen. Washington passes to Reed, and he gets that one. Reed's got 8.
Boy, every time he goes up now, it just looks like the shot's going in. He's perfect from the field in this quarter.
Now here's Suggs. No points yet. Outside, Green. Now here's Bain. Guarded closely. Over Dillingham. Bain, no good. Timberwolves trail by 3. Washington outside. Pass to Edwards. The 3 fires in the triple. Edwards has got his second bucket of the night.
This guy is constantly refining his game, and Anthony Edwards is dangerous from 3.
Green finds Suggs. Back to Green. From behind the arc. Suggs, no good. For Minnesota, they've gone 6 of 7 and looking good. And Grant, this defense of the Timberwolves, one of the league's stingiest.
Well, if you look up and down their lineup, not many weak links for opponents to target. And then, of course, you've got 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on that back line. BA, they're tough.
And the Magic call time here. A line change here for Orlando. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. And a chance to see the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You look at Orlando, they're having a little bit of trouble right now, hanging in the middle of the league.
You know, right now for the Timberwolves,
checked in for Howard. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Washington's checked in for Gobert. 52 seconds left in the first quarter. Washington passes to Randall. Soft touch off the glass. Randall's got 7.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
Back to Jerome. Black outside. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Minnesota. And it's now 32 games, approaching the 71-72 Lakers. A famed season indeed.
Look, at the end of the day, this team, of course, wants to win an NBA championship when it's all said and done. And you know that's what they have their sights on. But it is so nice to enjoy the hype and accolades of a team that is right now steamrolling through the entire league in this incredible stretch. Wow, this has been an amazing thing to watch.
And so it's Minnesota closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. And more NBA action on 2K Sports. Coming your way right after this. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Timberwolves.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
On the court for the Timberwolves, second quarter underway. We've got Dante DiVincenzo, Washington out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Jordan Clarkson, and it's Brown in at the 3, small forward. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allen.
Thanks a lot. The Timberwolves coach, Chris Finch, said, "We're a team based on movement, cutting, and fluidity. That burden also falls on Anthony Edwards to move and accommodate his teammates. For his part, Ant said his focus is being what the team needs me to be, a leader by example, and showing them that I'm coachable." Back to you, DA.
Okay, Allen, thanks a lot. Down low. Jerome outside. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Jerome's got his third basket of the night.
Well, just one more example of his offensive arsenal. So tough to stop.
To the paint. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Wow, excellent explosion off his feet by Julius Randall.
Here's Black. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Second quarter, a little over a minute and a half in. No good with the triple.
And they've just built this lead by attacking the boards.
On the wing, Clarkson. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game. Magic trail by 9. Here's the Silva. Washington grabs the miss. Washington's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Randall on the screen. Washington passes to Randall. And stolen by Brown. Jerome with the ball. DiVincenzo picks him up. Here's the Silva. And the layup is good off the glass.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Orlando making a switch here. Baines checked in. Robinson, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards comes in for Clarkson. Randall on the screen. Washington passes to Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. The Magic have gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Yep, that one goes.
At that range, it is about finishing strong. You can't hesitate.
To the middle. Inside, Edwards lays it in.
Boy, Edwards so good in close. This guy has got touch and strength, everything you could ask for.
Well, after the Magic traded away Dwight Howard back in 2012, seems like they spent about a decade in limbo, Grant.
That's so true, and once they finally committed to building for the draft, the turnaround was pretty rapid, showing the upside of drafting and developing from the ground up.
Outside Robinson. DiVincenzo pass to Washington. Screen by Robinson. Down low. And stolen by Bain. To the paint. Got a piece of it. DiVincenzo with a steal. Edwards for three. The triple hits for Edwards.
Well, Ant will pull up from anywhere beyond the arc. Of course, more than comfortable letting it fly from the corner.
Outside Bain. Black outside. Back to Bain. Pass to Black. 5 to shoot. For three. Connects from downtown. Bain's got 5 now.
And Bain picking up the phone with no hesitation. What an answer.
Randall on the screen. Washington passes to Randall. And the foul on the shot. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Yeah, when it comes to taking an offense out of its rhythm, what are some of the primary methods, Grant?
Well, B.A., you have to disrupt their flow. That can come from steals, deflections, block shots, or even change shots. Anything that makes them feel uncomfortable.
Free throw drops for Randall.
Julius Randle has been a consistent producer in this league for a long time. This guy an absolute matchup nightmare.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Jaden McDaniels, he's checked in for Robinson. And Dillingham subbed in for DiVincenzo. Randall drops them both. Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, BA. So those playmaking decisions in the moment are a lot easier said than done.
And Wagner gets it to go. Wagner's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, nice job there. Just very lackluster defense.
McDaniels a screen. Here's Washington. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
Minnesota is shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Well, it's hard to stop a 6'10" wing who can handle and play through contact. And the Magic have 2 of them, Grant.
Yeah, the numbers remarkably similar for Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. Banchero is stronger and more of a rebounder, but both of them are stars.
Pass to Suggs. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
As a guard with the ball in your hands, you've got to be opportunistic for your own chances to score. Mr. Suggs does just that.
Here's Washington. And it's a big finish right on Draymond Green. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback. Ouch.
That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark.
If they just continue to dominate the board.
And Washington powers it through.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, guys, the monster in that last game against the Bucks was a man on a mission. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double. It was a performance that will stick with the fans for a long time. Let's see what he has in store for us in this one.
That's good stuff, Allie. Tremendous effort from him in that last game, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I think he pushed them to the win through sheer force of will.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Jerome's checked in for Orlando. Randall, he's checked in for Minnesota. And the three-point contest is one of the highlights of All-Star Weekend. Here are some of the contenders who have a shot to compete in the event.
And perhaps that list changes a little between now and All-Star.
So it's the Minnesota Timberwolves out in front by 19 going into the break. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
And as we welcome you to halftime, no other way to say it, an abysmal start for the Orlando Magic.
You can do everything else, but if you don't take care of the boards, you're well, you know what I'm going to say.
Your goose is cooked. You're in water. Any of those?
Where were you born, Ernie?
And the next topic to touch on, a look at which players might be appearing in the upcoming dunk contest.
This is a contest where sometimes you get guys who don't play much. So a lot of their best dunks happen in practice. Makes the evaluation a lot harder. Word gets out, Kenny.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. You look at Nas Reed. What a contribution here.
And in the first half, he dominated in the post. He got the looks he wanted and was able to execute.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
And so Wagner will bring it up for Orlando. Trailing by 19. Suggs and Payne team up at the backcourt. Then there's Wagner. Then there's Draymond Green. That's who's out there for Orlando. A good look from Payne. Washington grabs the miss.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10 rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game is going.
Outside McDaniels. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Washington's shot is good.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Magic trail by 21. Outside Green. To the inside. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. He's got six.
Well, their size, their strength, and their skilled passing ability. Draymond Green has such a great mix of speed and skill.
He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now. Pass to Bane. The three ball sinks the tray. Bane's got 10 points.
Individually, he's trying to lift the team. You've got to love the effort, but thus far, not getting over the top.
Washington, and they pick up 2. And the Timberwolves lead by 20.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Wagner outside. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
The three from Washington. And it's Orlando with a rebound.
You know, miss that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
And the 8th overall pick in 2021. Grant, what surprises you about Franz Wagner?
I don't think we knew he'd be this lethal off the dribble. His perimeter shooting has really been the lone hiccup. But once he locks that in, watch out.
And it's Wagner missing. Minnesota leading by 17. McDaniels passes to Washington. Rebounded by Green. Orlando has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. There's the three. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Washington's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And here's Edwards outside, and he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Boy, what a good-looking stroke. Ready on the catch, Anthony Edwards. That jumper is nice.
Wagner, the pass to Bain. Uncovered. Yes, it's good. 12 points for him.
Yeah, I love all the elements Bain has added to his game. He can carry your offense on certain nights.
The 3 from Washington. And another 3 from Minnesota.
And just totally relentless. Only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. Draymond Green talked about his mind in the game. He said, I've never been the tallest or the fastest. We all have gifts. My IQ is a gift that was enhanced by great coaches. I was taught the game properly, so I'm very fortunate and extremely thankful for the coaches that I've had in my life. Back to you.
Paying tribute. All right, thank you, Allie. Bain surveying the D. Washington grabs the miss. Washington's got 9 rebounds now.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
And another 3 from Minnesota.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Wagner against McDaniels. And the dunk by Wagner.
Boy, when he catches a rhythm, Franz Wagner is relentless offensively.
Outside McDaniels. The 3 from Washington. Orlando with the rebound. When this one's over, they'll be off to Charlotte as they take on the Hornets. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Left side, Green. From the low block. And he lays it up and in.
Draymond Green is a top passer at his position, and he loves to get his teammates involved.
And here's Washington. 21 points in the game. Good on the shot.
Another reason why they're up, just taking what the defense giving him here.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Well, they did a tremendous job keeping guys fresh. Their aggressiveness took over, showcased by their points off the fast break.
I think one of the things that also strikes me is their activity, forcing turnovers, coming up with steals. It has really shaped the tenor of this game.
And Jerome has got the ball here for the Magic. The 3 from Bain. Washington grabs the miss. Washington's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Inside. And Washington powers it through.
Well, Anthony Edwards showing you that I've got some playmaking in my toolbox. Nice pass.
Jerome outside. Let's go with the 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Jerome's got 10 points in the game.
The three-point shooting has been on point here in the second half.
The 3 from Washington. Orlando with the rebound. Pass to Howard from downtown. Randall pulls down the board.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
And Washington powers it through.
Well, this is the all-around game of Julius Randle, right? We think he can score it, but how about that pass?
From deep, Bain. Man, that bucket makes him 6 for 10 in the contest.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And it's Washington missing.
He didn't make them pay for that good defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Pass to Bain. Takes a 3. Washington grabs the miss. Washington's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. And Washington powers it through.
He's been a piece of the puzzle tonight, but it's a team effort. Everyone's contributing to this league.
And here are the Magic now. DiVincenzo with a steal. Randall, good.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
The Magic have gone 8 of 15 in the third quarter. Pass to De Silva. The three. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Washington got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. Shot game clock separated by 5. Can't connect from short range. And Orlando shooting 53%. Good efficiency on offense so far. It's stolen by Clarkson. Going all the way to the rack. Ball stolen. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that. Situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Orlando shooting their first free throw of the night here. Here's Black. Counted from distance. Black's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. And so it's Minnesota, a huge 24-point lead for them. And the way they've been playing, I just don't think they could possibly lose control of this one. We'll be back in a moment. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him when he's making passes like this.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And one quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for Minnesota. They've got Jordan Clarkson, Julius Randle out there with Washington. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Brown in at the small forward. Howard, the pass to Wagner. Here's Jerome. Banked it in off the glass.
The fundamentals Wagner possesses are really impressive. Franz, such a skilled and willing passer at his position.
Minnesota leading by 22. The three from Washington. It's hauled in by the Magic. De Silva's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Howard. Oh, it's blocked by Washington. Out of bounds. Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession. Howard, the pass to Jerome. Wagner inside. Brown's there. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. And Dort. You think about the top scorers in this league, they're creating those points with greater efficiency than in decades past.
Analytics is increasingly a part of the NBA. Teams are now understanding that 3 is more than 2, and if you don't make enough of them, you have a math problem. And then the other highly valued shots in the game, and maybe the most valued shots, are restricted area 2s. Listen, let's be smart about the game.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Robinson's checked in.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion.
Now, DiVincenzo, a guy who's absolutely going to sprint the floor if he sees an opportunity.
And the Magic shooting it with confidence. 54% so far. Black passes to Howard. Wagner in the high post. Brown's there. And it's Wagner missing. The Timberwolves have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. Here's Washington. Rebound by the Magic.
This guy's such a talented finisher, but the D does just enough.
Pass to Wagner. Shoots over Brown. And he can't make that one in. Minnesota's going 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Washington. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Well, one thing fans always have opinions about is NBA officiating.
Listen, I'm going to let the fans go crazy. What I recognize is officiating is one of the toughest jobs in the world. This game moves so quickly. They are making decisions in real time at sometimes very difficult angles. I am here to support the officials all the way.
He's been tremendous at corralling misses all night long.
A lot of it comes down to great fundamentals. Establishing position early, controlling the backboards.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Wagner outside. And he can't stop the run as that one misses.
Well, he went into the locker room with 1 3 to his credit, and he's still looking here for number 2.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Hey, no good.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
And Washington powers it through.
It's been an outstanding performance for them in just about every area.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
And once again, off the mark by Orlando. For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, so another one falls.
Night after night, he's been unbelievable, scoring the ball at will.
And if he keeps it up, he's going to be top 5 in single-season 40-point games. That speaks to his unwavering consistency.
Been a tough stretch for this guy right now, looking a little out of sorts.
And you look at the different kinds of leadership, whether vocal or by example. Which do you prefer, Doris?
Well, I'm a greedy type of person, BA, so I want both. Obviously, a veteran who's been there and done that is going to hold weight with what he says. But your best players have got to also lead by example. Give me both types, BA.
Brown, a screen on Robinson. The three from Bain. Washington grabs the miss.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team.
Here's Edwards. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And here's Jerome. He'll bring it up for Orlando. Wagner outside. Shot to stop the run. And the jumper is on the mark.
My goodness, that's a nice-looking mid-range opportunity from Franz Wagner. Such a good feel for when to rise and fire.
And it's Washington missing. Orlando with the ball. Shoots from 14. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Bain's got 11 points here in the second half. Washington outside. Outside, DiVincenzo. Back to Washington. And Washington powers it through.
We know this about DiVincenzo, guys. He's not just a scorer. He loves to get his teammates involved.
On the wing, Bain. From the arc. Sinks it from distance. Bain's got 5 points in the quarter.
Listen, this guy's doing his part. It's what we know he's about, but they have got to get some productivity from some other guys on this roster.
And Washington powers it through.
Boy, he is just putting this team on his back right now, and he's got his rhythm. You just keep playing through him.
1:46 left in the fourth quarter here. Pass to Brown. And here's Jerome. Guarded by Edwards. Clock at 4. 2 points. That one goes. Wagner's got 19 points.
Boy, nice pass. A little ball movement, a little player movement. That's how you play this game.
Here's Washington. It's rebounded by Wagner. Orlando is going just 1 of 6 from downtown in this final quarter.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Timberwolves.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, BA, this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And this will give them win number 32 on the year so far.
And they meet just twice. So taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for the Monster.
Boy, you felt his impact all over the game.
Okay, then.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
He's guarded by Washington. Clark against Wagner. Here's Suggs. And once again, off the mark by Orlando. And here's Minnesota now. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Again! What an avalanche!
Once again, he hits the 50-point mark as he continues to be a force of nature this season.
This performance has tied him for third most 50-point games in the season. He just keeps delivering. Suggs finds Bain. Wagner for 3. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Washington outside. And got it! Another basket!
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shock and surprise. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Dorisburg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew. This is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. We'll see you later.